Welcome to another episode of Drinking After Dark, a podcast where we discuss random topics while having a few drinks. I'm your host, Darius, and as always, drink responsibly. And y'all make sure y'all follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe to Drinking After Dark podcast YouTube channel. Tonight, just taking it easy tonight. I'm just drinking on some Smirnoff Ice. It's the red, white, and berry. So this is my first time trying it. So it was something that I had in the fridge for a while, so um decided to go ahead and take it, just go ahead and drink it. All right, y'all. I know it's been a minute. I've been busy, 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 man, working and everything like that. But I'm back, and guess what else is also back? Football season is back, y'all. Right now we got college football going on right now. I know a lot of people are excited for the teams to start the season and everything like that. We'll get into a little bit of that in a second. Um, Obviously the NFL season will start next week, so I mean it's back. I mean football season is back. We all know during this time of the year it's pretty much going to go by pretty quick with football season. Then in October you got the basketball season that's going to start as well. So the rest of this year is going to go by pretty quick. All right, but I did miss you guys, man. Again, I've been busy working and everything like that, but got some time. Now we got to talk a little bit of football, but we got to start with the biggest news that's came out. The NFL, the Dallas Cowboys. The Dallas Cowboys have traded Micah Parsons to the Green Bay Packers, the team that has had the Cowboys number over the last few seasons. All right. You traded arguably your best player to the Green Bay Packers. You didn't trade Micah Parsons to like the AOC. You kept them in the NFC. All right. The Green Bay Packers had a good team, but now you just gave them firepower uh in exchange for three-time Pro Bowl defensive tackle Kenny Clark and two first-round draft picks in next year's draft 2026 and 2027. More than likely there's going to be late round draft picks, first round draft picks, so we'll see how that goes. In addition to that, Parsons also agreed to a 4-year deal worth $188 million with the Packers, which includes $120 million fully guaranteed. All right. And that signing it's fully guaranteed at signing and $136 million in total guarantees, basically making him the highest paid non-quarterback in league history. All right. Um, for one, y'all know I'm not a Cowboys fan. I'm not. Y'all know I'm a Steelers fan. Y'all know how I feel about my Steelers. But it gets to the point at times where I just start to feel bad for the Cowboys fans, right? And for the Cowboys fans, it seems like the Cowboys fans obviously want to go back to the glory days of, you know, contending for Super Bowls, right? Which that's been, 30 years since. But now with the franchise itself being valued, I think it's what 13 billion, a little over $13 billion. I feel and Jerry Jones came out on the record and said this. Basically, he's treating this as more as an entertainment type of company than it is a football team. If I'm a Cowboys fan, there's no way I could continue to support a team that's not serious about winning Super Bowls. Now, we all know how football works, right? Especially in the NFL. You don't know which team is going to step up and have this great season and potentially contend for a Super Bowl, right? You never know, right? You have your teams that more than likely are guaranteed to compete for a Super Bowl. Um, your Chiefs, your Eagles. You could put the Lions in there. You could put the also the Ravens. I think that might to me that might be the favorite. I think this is their time this year. Just my opinion, and that's coming from a Steelers fan, but we'll see how that goes. You also look at teams like I don't know who you got the Packers out there, you got the Vikings out there, the Lions that's out there. Uh, if the Bengals get their act right on defense, they could potentially be in that mix as well. So there's so many teams. I mean, that's out there, and you got some teams that will surprise some people. You just don't know how the season going to go, but overall, those type of teams. But then you have the Cowboys. The Cowboys, I feel like they're more they're more in tune into just making headlines, being the biggest topic in sports media, than to actually go out there and win Super Bowls. Jerry Jones, don't let's just get this straight. Jerry Jones, when it comes to marketing to business, probably the best owner ever in any sport. Okay, in any sport, probably the best owner ever. But it seems like he's so concerned about the Dallas Cowboys name staying in the media's uh in the it's okay, I'll put it to you this way. I feel like the Dallas Cowboys are the Kardashians of the sports world. It's all about the media for 'em. That's how I feel. You look at it, and they've had some good years, and not we're not saying that they didn't have good seasons and everything like that, where you could look at them like, oh, they could potentially, NFC Championship game. They get there, you never know what can happen, especially in the playoffs. You never know what can happen in playoffs. But it seemed like they always fold. It just like what Stephen A. Smith always say, accident waiting to happen. That's what it is. It just this time around, it happened a week before the season starts. If you knew this was going to happen, you could have traded him back in the springtime, right? Springtime, you never know who's, potential suitors. It was probably more teams out there was trying to land Micah Parsons. Don't know yet, but we know he's going to Green Bay. We know the impact that he's going to make on that team. Um, we've seen this team. They first y'all if y'all remember, they destroyed the Cowboys in the playoffs in Jerry's world, like beat them down. So you sending pretty much your best player to that team, add more fuel to the fire, and I mean, come on now. I mean, it's just why? Why would you make that decision? If I'm a Cowboys fan, I'll be upset. Like you let this guy walk because you can't get an agreement done with this guy. You know, in his prime, he's only like 25, 26 years old. You could say top what, two or three defensive players in the league. Obviously you got TJ Watt. I'm a ride with TJ Watt. Steelers, you could say arguably the best defensive end, probably the best defensive end in all of football. But you got Michael Parsons. He's no lower than, to me, two. Some people might have him one, some people might have him two, but he's definitely up there. He's top tier, right? And you let that guy walk, and then Jerry Jones come out and say, "Well, I think our football team just got better." No, it didn't, because now you got to rely on your offense. Remember, you only got George Pickens for like a year. So we gotta see how that goes. You resign CD Lamb, cool. Dak Prescott, cool. Um, but also too, I think about one of the biggest Cowboy supporters out there, Michael Irvin. He just seems just like his soul was just gone when he heard that news. Y'all go back, watch his I guess he has his own platform now. Go back and watch that. You could tell he was just like he just can't believe what's going on. He just couldn't believe it. So for me, I think now the Cowboys are more interested in making headlines than doing right by his fans. If I'm a Cowboys fan, I would not support the team until I know that they are serious about championships. Forget the media attention and all of that stuff. We want to see Super Bowls. We tired of being always being in the media and all this stuff. We always tired of being disappointed when it matters the most. We want Super Bowls. And as a Cowboys fan, if you're out there, that's what you should be demanding right now. Forget all of this trying to, stay be like the Kardashians of the NFL, always in the media. No. Let's go out here and start winning Super Bowls again. Because it's been 3 decades. 3 decades. I'm just saying. They have branded themselves as America's team. America's team should be winning Super Bowls. Okay? They should be winning Super Bowls. You look at when the Cowboys last won their Super Bowl. Think about all the teams who have won since, right? You can name them off. Obviously, you got the Patriots, the Steelers, the Chiefs, the Eagles. I know the Packers has won up in there. Who else won? The Ravens, the Ravens, the Colts, the Saints, the Broncos. I'm trying to name them just off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure there's more. The Giants. Um, so you've had um teams since then that have won Super Bowls, right? You look at um this Cowboys. I don't know, man. I just think that by the end of the day, especially the season's about to start 1 week away. 1 week away, the season's about to start, and this happens. Like, come on, man. Come on. And here's the thing: you're gonna play the Packers in a couple of weeks. You know that's must see TV. You know people gonna be tuned in to see what Michael Parsons is gonna do to the Cowboys. And we all know he's probably gonna take it personal, as he should. As he should. So, to all the Cowboys fans, man, listen, I'm sorry for you guys. Um, we don't know how the season's gonna play out, but you never know. I mean, that could surprise people. You don't know, but I wouldn't count on them, contending for a Super Bowl this year. That's just my take. All right, y'all. Um, Once again, please subscribe to the channel and excuse me, subscribe to the channel. Also, too, um, follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Uh, do that, do that, do that. College football is underway. Again, we're talking about football again, so college football is underway. Um, some teams, a little upset. I know Alabama fans are a little upset. Their team lost to Florida State, ranked Florida State. Um, you see them leaving early. You got a student. I'm pretty sure he was a student at Alabama, flicking off the camera, because this team just the days of Nick Saban is it's over. You don't have that same aura anymore, right? Like you go against a Nick Saban team, you know they're going to be in contention for a national championship. All right. Um, so you don't have that. Texas lost their opener. So yeah, you have that. You have a couple of FBS teams that lost to FCS teams. One of them happened to be MTSU, which is Middle Tennessee State University, which lost to my alma mater. Austin Peay State University, school that I graduated from, right here in my hometown, Clarksville, Tennessee. Uh, Beat them down too, 34-14. So I'm proud of the governors taking care of business on the road in Murfreesboro. So we have that. But there's one particular, there's two teams that I want to talk to. All right. Obviously, I'm from Tennessee. There's a lot of teams that I've watched growing up as a kid. Obviously, the Tennessee Vols. Uh, Watched that team growing up, and they actually put on the show this weekend against Syracuse, dominated Syracuse, and the UCLA Bruins got throttled by Utah. Okay, um, let's get in. Let's get into it. What is this quarterback? This is the guy I want to talk about. He left Tennessee because he could not. Um, Let me see. Hold on, real quick. I'm sorry. Yes, so Nico, that's his name. Nico. I can't even say his last name. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. But earlier this year, he wanted more money in NIL money from Tennessee. They wouldn't give it to him. So yeah, I'm pretty sure. I think also his family got involved trying to get him more money as well. They wouldn't budge. So he went on to transfer to UCLA. And let's just be honest, it was not a good look for him. His first game out, uh, sacked 4 times, 43-10 loss to Utah. I think he also completed like 50% of his passes, one touchdown, one interception. He threw for 136 yards on 22 passes. Um, he ran 11 times for 47 yards. Um, so pretty much he had a total of less than 200 yards of offense. And not only that, but he got less money. I think it's like $1.2 million to go to UCLA. He got from UCLA in NIL, but he also got to factor in the taxes, which, in California is higher taxes out there compared to Tennessee, which is no state income taxes. So he went to UCLA, and now um, you starting to look at it and look at how Tennessee performed and their quarterback. Let me look up his name. How he performed. Uh, Let me do this. Um, who was it? Was it Joey Aguilar? Oh crap! Who was the quarterback? Joey Aguilar. So the way he performed against Syracuse versus how Nico performed for UCLA against Utah, it looked like Tennessee made the right decision in not giving him that extra money. Obviously, I think family got involved. I think they kind of, and when you play for a team, a lot of times if that team is not strong, your weaknesses will show. And it showed in with Nico. It's like now you see him, he's not worth the money that he was asking for playing for Tennessee. And you also got to remember you're playing in the SEC. So if you probably like the best quarterback in the SEC, more than likely you could go to the NFL as a top draft pick, right? It just goes to show you that no, yeah, you can speak on your worth and everything, but your true worth is it really depends on who's willing to pay you whatever amount of money. That's your true worth, right? And him going to UCLA, to me, he went to a worse program. Tennessee is the better program than UCLA. Um, and he got destroyed in his first game of the season. Now it's only one game. Will he bounce back? More than likely, but now all those questions coming into play. Did he make the right decision of leaving UCLA? Would he be there for, past this year? Who knows? Especially the way college players are. I mean, you got guys that's 27, 28 now, sixth, seventh year in college football, playing, right? In college sports, really, playing collegiate sports. And it's you kind of see um how a lot of things play out. And for Nico, I hope he has a good season, but this is not a good look for you, especially after um your first game, because you're supposed to be the guy to basically turn that program around, right? You're supposed to be that guy. But sometimes, if you're not in that right system, flaws could show up, um, and your impact on the game can diminish. So Uh, we'll see how the rest of the season goes, but I'm always going to cheer for the Volunteers, Tennessee. Um, again, they played great. A season opener against Syracuse, pretty much dominated that game. But I wanted to touch on that because when you ask for more money, then you go to another place and you got less than what you were getting at your at the previous school, and then you don't show up, and like these numbers here is not worth the NIL money that you were asking for. Not even what you're getting right now. It wasn't worth it. So we'll we'll see how the season goes. We'll see how the season goes. We'll see how this team finishes and everything like that. But by the end of the day, it's just sometimes, even family, they could put you in the wrong situation. If you already have it good, and Tennessee just proved to you that it wasn't you. It was them. Like this first game proved because they put in another quarterback and that quarterback dominated. So, I mean, you always got to think highly of yourself, but at the same time, don't let anybody, regardless of their family or not, dictate um, things for you. Because sometimes they might not have your best interest at heart. All right, y'all. Thanks for tuning in with me tonight. Um, Hope you guys have a safe and happy Labor Day weekend. Um, Enjoy football. I mean, I know football is going on, college football is going on all weekend. So enjoy yourselves, be safe. Please remember to follow Drinking After Dark podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Please subscribe to the channel. You can also listen on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, wherever you listen to podcasts. All right. Until next time, I'm Darius from Drinking After Dark. We out. Peace.